Hello, Plannerettes. How are you now? If you are feeling a little bit scattered heading into the new week, or if you've been curious about using a weekly planner spread but don't know where to start, guess what? You're in the right place. So today I'm going to show you how I set up a simple 2-page weekly spread that helps you see everything at a glance without the overwhelm, because that's what we're all about. We're reducing the overwhelm. We're going to reduce the burnout and lessen the stress. We're not just decorating here, we're planning with purpose. But yes, we're also going to make our pages pretty as well. So if you are ready to plan along, well, let us go. All right, let's go, everybody. Okay, but before we do, what do? Well, we got to say hello to the planner. Muted. I was muted. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I was playing around with my scenes today. And it seemed like I had muted myself for this scene. So hopefully we caught it quick enough. So I was saying hello to Cindy. Hello, Elle. Nice to see you. How are you? I am well. I hope you are as well. So I asked at the beginning, are you a blue or black ink kind of a planner? Elle says, I prefer black ink. Hello, Tamara. Hello, everyone. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you are doing well, my darling. Excellent. Here we go. 100% black ink. Love the black and white look. I love that. Excellent. Hello, Irene. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I'm loving you guys are nice and early. I love it. It is 5 a.m. here in Sydney, Australia on a Monday morning. So it is the beginning of my new week. Cindy prefers blue ink. Well, I asked that question because I am going to try a blue ink this week. I'll try. Normally I'm reaching, muscle memory, picking up the black ink, but I always say change is as good as a holiday, right? No sound. Yes, I picked it up. I thank you, Irene. I quickly picked it up. Excellent. Back again. Hello. I love it. Yes, I was changing scenes as usual, playing with things with Ecamm. So Ecamm is the software that I use for my live streaming, for recording my videos, and being able to do all these fancy little things. So if you yourself are a content creator and you are wanting to look at a software that allows you to live stream like this and make a beautiful production, it's really easy. Once you've set it up, it's easy. I do have my affiliate link in the description as well. And I think, look, it's not a sponsored video, but it's for Mac only also, just note that. So it's not for PC, it's for Mac. But it's the community is just so wonderful. When we talk about community here and, having accountability and people encouraging, and you get motivated by watching others and being part of a very friendly community. And that is pretty much why I've been thinking that, our Plannerettes community is so special to me, because you guys showing up like this and spending your precious time with me and the rest of the Plannerettes is just so wonderful. Hello, Brenda. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Absolutely black ink. Susan, how are you? I like black. I'm from the UK. Nice to see you. Is this your first time? Or have I seen the crab avatar before? Please let me know. Because welcome. Angela is here as well. All right, well, are we ready? We better get into it, okay? So let's go check my desk. Here we go. There we are. So I said I wasn't going to move from my Filofax Camden in the olive, but I was looking at my A5 Filofax Malden in the pink, which was sitting behind me on my picture ledge, and I went, I haven't used you for a while. And then, of course, I did do pink nail as well, although these nails are color changing nails. So as you can see, color change, those are the two colors that they come in. So when it's warm, it's the, I guess, sort of like that light pink. And then when it gets quite cold, it's that other pink there. See? But yeah, it is quite warm under these lights. So there we go. I love all the colors, can't decide. I have been on before. Oh, good. Okay, that's good. Well, welcome anyway. Welcome to today's live stream and planning with me. So, A5 Filofax Molden Organizer in the pink. I do have a 10% discount code, affiliate code in the description if you want to check it out. Those codes are only available for the UK, US, and European site. You're probably wondering, why isn't the Australian one? I'm from Australia. They're just different distributors. So, of course, the Filofax company is not able to, dictate what discounts can be given to other distributors. Okay, so just thought I'd let you know. Now, I know what it's like where to write, long list of to-dos, of goals, and still feel overwhelmed by your list by, Wednesday. So, we're going to remove that overwhelm. And my mouse isn't working. Why is nothing working today? Please. Here we go. All right. So today I'm going to use my weekly 2-page spread. So let me just open that up. Let's have a look. So this was last week's, and how I was using my weekly spread last week was as my to-do list. Okay. So I wrote down the things that happened, mainly a lot of the things I've done. So then I am clocking, I am noting down wins of the day. Because a lot of us planners, what we do is we look at the things we didn't do, the incomplete pages, the blank pages. So one of the ways that I do use my 2-page weekly spread, because I like to change things up, is sometimes I will use it as my done list or as my journaling, or just noting down what happened the day. But today I'm going to show you how to use it as a planning tool. Okay, there we go. Weekly 2-page spread. So I'll set it up in real time today, and this is part of my Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable. Let me see if I can pop that in there, because a girl's got to promote her own products, right? So it's part of the Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable, but you can also grab just the weekly spread. So the Ultimate Planner Bundle is all the pages you would need for a whole month. But if you don't have your own planning system yet, you can get the weekly 2-page spread on its own as a standalone. Charlotte, who's here? Oh, there. I didn't see Charlotte. Hello. And they're going, Tamara's went, hello, Charlotte. I'm going, where is she? Where is she? How are you? Nice to see you. I love it. Thank you for spotting that for me, Tamara, because I'm scrolling through and going, I didn't see her name. But then again, it's 5 a.m. on a Monday morning. Am I already awake yet? I don't know. I have had my coffee though. All right. So just to let you know, if you don't have your own weekly 2-page spread, you can grab this printable from my shop, and you can find the link in the description below. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to set up the layout, all right, add colorful headings and sprinkle in some stickers. So I got some of my sticker pad. I have my colorways. So this is what I do. So this is when I'm planning, it's not so much a theme, is it? But it's just combinations of my stickers, my washi tapes, my colorful markers. I sort of start off with washi tape first. I have a look, what washi tapes do I have? I have quite a few, and so I need to use them. And so I go look for some combo, and then I match up different highlighters and markers that will go well and pick up the colors that's in the washi. So, these are the things I picked it up from that. This is a Filofax washi tape, and so I picked up some of the, I guess the mustard yellow, the lilacs and the pinks, and then because there is that blue ink there, I'm going to use a Pentel and a gel blue ink. So I have all of these in my Amazon storefront, so make sure to do check that out. These would be in my pens, fave pens, markers and highlighters, and then some of the sticker pad are in there as well. But if you have any question, can you please let me know in the chat? And of course, if you are watching on replay, not forgetting about you, make sure as well to pop in the comments any questions you have, because I know sometimes I miss a few products in the description, and then people will go, where do I find that? And I went, oh, normally I'm pretty good at adding those things in. All right, so we're going to make it pretty, and I'll show you how I break down my week balance. So then I'm balancing life, work, and self-care in a way that's going to be simple and fun. All right, so here's the thing you're going to get from today's video, especially if you are new to my channel and you are new to my live stream. You know, you're going to have a clear, functional weekly layout you can follow or make your own. So get inspiration from what I do. Remember, you need to make your planning system personal to you, to your lifestyle, to how your brain works. You know, to you, you might go too much color, Marianne. For me, I like just a simple thing. You do you, but what I want you to get is the essence of why we do the benefits of planning on a weekly spread like this. You're going to learn how to batch your tasks, so then that way you avoid, you know, being reactive, and when things come along you get all overwhelmed, and then of course by Wednesday you're probably like me most of the time, just go, everything's just falling apart. Okay, and then also you're going to see how small things like color coding, adding stickers and washi tapes can actually help calm your mind and organize your focus. So did you know planning and setting up your planner pages is a self-care activity? That's right. And then, of course, most importantly, you'll feel more prepared and grounded heading to your new week. All right. So I'm going to start off. Now, I was trying to figure out what heading to use. So I have a video, and it's linked in the description, of different hand lettering style that I like to use, but majority of the time I stick to one, and that's the one I'm going to use today. So you can do bubble lettering. So I have 5 different hand lettering style in that video. So this one we used last week. So if you can see here, sort of like that misaligned, you know, color and outline. So that was the one I used last week. This is the one I'm going to use today, hence the lilacs and the purples. I went, oh, I do like that color. And so that was inspired by this little alphabet sampler. And then you can also use, I might do that next week. Let's do this one next week using the Zig Clean color dot markers. So then it's got the spongy end, and then you just go dot, 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 and then do an outline. So I might use that next week. That's something to look forward to. And then, of course, this one is using a marker and then outlining over the top and adding tiny little hearts. And is that it? Yes. So today I'm going to go to my go-to hand lettering. So while I'm doing that, I need for you to let me know what's going on with you. What was your win from last week? Where did it go? I lost it. I lost my weekly page. Here we go. What did you do? What was a win last week? And so for me, all right, I'm going to try and talk at the same time. So today's July 7th. So today is my mum and dad's wedding anniversary. And so when later on today, I'll give them a call. July. And let me just see if I can put some music on, because it feels too quiet in my head. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, this good. Yeah, this is a little bit of July. So that one, and then that one. So who is planning along with me today? Let me know. Okay, and so I'm just, let me just see if I can zoom in a little bit. So all I'm doing is, you know, one side of the letter, just doubling it up like that, okay? And then I'm just alternating between the different colors. July, I think 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. This color. Yes, so what was your win? Well, my win for last week is I have been getting myself outside for a walk. Now, originally, my goal is to get myself outside during the day to get my vitamin D, because my vitamin D levels have been really low, so lower than low. So, doctor said, all right, well, you need to take the vitamin D tablets and, of course, get yourself outside. And so, but June, I wasn't as active in getting myself outside. I had the excuse of, oh, but I'm busy, right? I tell all of you guys to make sure to put yourself first. I mean, I used my walking pad. That's good too, but it's important you get yourself outside, so then that way you are getting your vitamin D. I'm just making sure that that's all lined up. So the washi tape that I use, I just picked up these two here. So this is just from the local shop. Focus. And this one here is, I think it's part of the Good Vibes collection at Filofax. So that's really good. All right, so that's how I'm doing that. And then these colors, I picked it, I don't know if you can see in the confetti. See how there's pink, there's sort of like that mustard color. So let's quickly have a look. My win was surviving another week at work. Yes, I've been thinking about you, Charlotte. And I'm there going, that girl, you know what? You've got tenacity and you've got spirit and you've got spunk, and I love it. And I know how how challenging it has been, but I am so proud of you. So I'm glad you put that that I'm laughing, crying emoji. So I am so proud of you. Brenda says, I'm planning along with you. I love it, keeping me company. Even though we're on the other side of the world, I could just imagine you and me, if we were sitting side by side at a cafe and planning and having a chit chat. I love it. Hello, good morning, Tiger for Life. Nice to see you. I appreciate you being here. Me too. Cindy is planning along with me. Tamara says, my big win was my first homemade sourdough bread. I am so proud of me. I'm so proud of you too. That wasn't, I didn't, how during lockdown everyone started doing sourdough. Look, I'm not a baker. I remember baking, cake for myself, my younger brother, and mum and dad, when I was 10 or 11. And, just like the box cake mix. And I think it's not so much, not just the baking, but getting to know your oven. Because, of course, not all oven, you have to, I guess, know the calibration, because just because it says, the temperature is that when you set it. And I guess you got to do it more often than not. Making cake only 4 times a year for 4 of us or our birthdays probably wasn't enough of a practice. And so is this Tamara, is this a new habit that you are going to be adding to your, self-care activity and making sourdough all the time? You guys are so fabulous with all your new found hobbies and everything. All right, so there we go. So that is my heading. And then that is my little washi tape. Now I do have a few skinny washi tapes here. You know what? I'm going to layer on the bottom there. So when you are making your planner pages pretty, it is one of the great ways for you to create, to effectively, build your habits, especially when it comes to planning and being intentional. Because I always quote, James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, that he says there are 4 laws of behavior change when it comes to making tiny changes. Okay, make things easy. Yep, the easier things are, we do it more often, right? Make it obvious. So when it comes to planning, don't have your planner over there on the shelf and you're not touching it, right? Make it satisfying. So if you love, stationery, if you love planning and it's something that brings you joy, then that will be satisfying. And guess what? You will do it more often than not. And then the final one is to make things attractive. Okay, so making things pretty, did you know, is one of a great way to help you form new habits and create and build effective habits. So whatever pretty is for you, for you, pretty might be just neutral colors, monotone colors, or natural colors, or just black ink. Okay, so whatever it is, I love to experiment. I'll try a few things. I think, in the past I've done spreads where, it's only like the beige and the browns or the earthy tones. But then when I look at it, for me, it was too muted for my eyes and for the way my brain works. So, for me, pop of color, rainbow colors, it's just, I think I've always done that since primary school, or elementary school for those of you in the US, right? So always been colorful. So if you are stuck in a rut when it comes to your planning, add a little bit of fun, add a little bit of playfulness. Oh, can't get my words out this morning. Playfulness to it, and put some great music on, join a Plannerettes community like us, and then just, have fun and just enjoy it. All right, so how's it going? Where are we? Here we go. Let's everyone, that's awesome, Mama. That's it. Thank you, Cindy. See, look at her. Yes, for our health. I love it. I'm doing some work whilst listening, so sorry for all good. Nice to see you, Elle. You do you, and we will know you're there. Brenda, hello. Nice to see you. Black ink. Brenda, making sure I have 2 Brendas, yes? Let's have a look. Yes, 2 Brendas today. I love it. Nice to see a black ink. So today I'm going to try something new. Well, I've used this color before, but only like for embellishments. But I'm going to see if I continue this blue ink for my well-being, my weekly, as well as my daily pages. All right, so where are you at? Let me know. Where are you at with regards to your planning if you are planning along with me? All right. So next is if you have a space on the side of your weekly spread, or if you are creating your own planner spread, whether you're a bullet journal, I like to pick one of 2 color or one color. Maybe I'm going to pick the pink, and then just every second line, just highlight it. So then instead of just a plain boring old thing, just again creating that pop of color. All right, now if you have a calendar on your weekly spread like I do here, again, embellish it, pretty it up. So it's good to have a calendar. If you don't have a calendar for yours, just create one. Create a little grid, Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Saturday, and then just create the date. So let me have a look at my calendar so I can see when the first started on Tuesday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then what you can do to highlight, the current week, grab one of your highlighters and just box or highlight that area. So this is a really good way for you to, if you need to look at what date you know, whatever in the future, or if you have to refer back to the previous week, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have to do this and not talk at the same time. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, or else I will write the wrong date. Okay, so there we go. There's the embellishment so far. All right. And then now the fun bit where you get to play with stickers and washi tape and embellish your weekly spread. So for me, again, the way my brain works, I like columns, so vertical rather than horizontal. I don't know why. I think it's because I like to line things up, you know, nice and straight on one side. So let's just play around with some of these washi tapes. And then my fear before when it came to embellishing my planner pages was, how do I know where to put the stickers? How do I know where to put washi tape? What if I need more space? You know what? Let's just go and create. Oh, I love it. You guys are so welcoming to everybody here. I am so proud of you. And this community you have built along with me. And I am so honored and so grateful to be able to find people who, let's see if we can do this, yes, who are, you know, through the commonality of loving to embellish our embellish our planner pages. I'm going to take that off because I wanted the whole be present. Let's put that here. The commonality of planning and enjoying washi tapes and stickers. And you know, I'm 50. I turned 50 at the beginning of the year, and I've never lost the love for stationery. It's one of the things, I guess, I don't know about you, but you know, when I was young, so what's that, 1980s, and then I think the 90s was recession, where, you know, mum and dad couldn't afford, couldn't afford, it was a luxury to have, you know, washi tape. So as a young girl, you know, I love just going looking at the different colorful pens, and you know, the erasers that smell, you know, smell fruity. So you know, because back in the 80s, well, no, mid 80s, we moved here to Australia. Do I want that there? I don't want it to be, might have that lower, so then it's not all too lined up. Let's put that here. Okay, so yeah, I think that's better. What do we think? How's that looking? I'm going to add more, and maybe, so if you have any skinny washi tape like this, you can use it as a border. Let's see if this works. So yeah, I wasn't a big user of stickers before, what they call before the pen. That is, you know, adding all of it before you even write down any of your tasks and to-dos. Because yeah, I was always afraid, well, what if I need more space? What if? And it's like, well, you know, like anything, what if it works out? Let's try it and see if I like it. I won't know if I like it unless I tried it. Okay, so this is what you can do if you have the skinny washi tape, is you can create borders. So we'll see how it goes, and then if you don't like it, you can take it off. All right, but I know, just be careful. Some stickers and washi tapes, once it's placed on the paper, it is a lot harder to take off. But I think there's things that like glue or sticky removers. All right, do I like, and a lot of times if I don't like it, I just take it off, or or I'll reprint the page. All right, so let's have a look. So Maybe what other color? Maybe maybe I need to have because that's on it, because that's there and then that's there, that balances it out, because sometimes you want to be able to balance things. So maybe another box. Which box? Maybe a pink one, maybe a pink box here. So my Sunday evening. So who here uses, like those sticker booklets? I mean, I've got a few here. I even bought like for Happy Planner Classics because I do like some of the stickers that they have. But who here uses, the sticker books? So I have only a few, but the one I do like is the Carpe Diem one, because the width of their sticker boxes is perfect for my planner printable. So the Carpe Diem sticker pad that I have, it's under glues and stickers, I think, in my Amazon storefront. So let me see if I can add that in there. So Amazon storefront, there we go. I've just popped that in the chat for you. And so yeah, I'm very, very new to embellishing this way. Let's put it here. Let's just, and so yeah, because I always have that fear. It's like, but what if I want to write something up there? What if I run out of space? I was like, well, then you can just write tiny. You can write very, very small. Life is too short to wonder, what if it doesn't work, and then stop ourselves from trying out new things. And maybe, let's reframe that question of, what if it works? What if that turns out beautifully? Or like tomorrow you discover something new, and let's try it out. Okay. Cindy says, I do. They use sticker books or sticker pads. Okay, let's have a look. So does Irene, the budgeting mama. All right, so then I might add, let's add some, I'm going to use this zebra mild liner, and maybe add, I won't add lines right next to that because it's too close. So maybe here. Let's add some here. And then to pick up that blue there, I'm going to use a blue ink to just create a border around that. And this is where, if you have colorful gel pens, this is where they'll come in handy. And then that looks too thin. So because we have such thick borders here, I'm just going to double the line. Okay, doubling the line and going beyond and just creating like a little frame around. So if you don't have stickers, because these, the sticker pads, they can get quite expensive, and then I know if I start buying more, I'm going to want the, other themes. I'm going to want this one. I'm going to want that one. All right. So then, because I have like thin lines, I might make another one here. So what I might do, where's a good one? Let's add, because I want to pick up that little mustard, I'm going to add some here. So let's go, maybe here. Yes, here. 1, 2, 3. So then that way, because there's no mustard on this side, I'm going to add some here, and then also do exactly the same framing. Okay. And then you go, Marianne, when does the planning bit come in? So yesterday here on YouTube, I did a live brain dump session where I was able to establish my tasks that I need to do, my known tasks for the week. And so essentially, I already have a list of things I need to do for the week. All right, how's that? And then we can, this is when the sticker bits come in. Let's see, what can we pick? The, let's see, some purples, Let's put do it, let's do it, okay? Let's do it, pop it there. And then this is where you can go crazy with your embellishments, right? And so this is your time. Have, if of course, I know a lot of us are busy, and then Marianne, I don't have all the time in the world to be doing all of this, to be doing all of that. You need to carve out time for you, all right? Because if you are overwhelmed, if you are burnt out, then you're not going to be at your most effective. So even though you go, but Marianne, I'm really, I'm going to fall behind if I stop for a break. Please trust me, when you do carve out time for yourself, you're like, oh, that thing on my list that I've been looking at or been dreading to do, it only took me 5 minutes. Why? Because you've rested, because you have taken time for yourself. The brain has had its, refill. The brain has had its rest and reset. Okay, anything else? Anything else? All right, well, look, I'm going to stop there for a second and just check in on you. Charlotte, Marianne, I've been meaning to ask if the Ultimate Planner Bundle can be made into a notebook, or is there a separate printable for that? Like a notebook that you saw in my Instagram, so then you can do like a little flip book. I can create one. It's just because it's a notebook style. You have to. It's not just a page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got to go page 1. So it will be like page 2, page 3, 4, and then the last page. So it could be something that I can make. Again, those sort of things, because the way I create my printables, Charlotte, it's still very manual. I'm sure there's other ways. People have said to me in comments, you can do that in Adobe. I don't have, the paid version of Adobe, but that could be a project of mine. So yes, so I'll have a look, because I think the planner notebook I have is the, I think it's similar. There's some things like the goal tracker and the victory log is not part of it. But so yeah, let me note it down or else I will forget. Question, ultimate in a notebook style printable. Thank you for that question, notebook style printable. I will put it in the pile there. So excellent. All right, so let me quickly have a look. So you've got your heading. Great way to use up your pens, markers, and highlighters. You've got washi tapes that creates your borders and creates some embellishment top and bottom if you're whatever printable or whatever weekly spread you have. And then that way, when you open up, so if you just have to do, appointments, bills to pay, and then that was it, it's not as enticing. So that's where making it attractive will allow you to, when you open it up, it'll make you smile. You'll want to open it up more often, and guess what? You'll want to put pen to paper more often than not, or check off your to-do list. And so that is why embellishing your planner pages not only does it make things pretty, create more effective habits, but it's also a wonderful form of self-care. All right, so where are you up to? Have you done heading? Have you done the washi tapes and stickers? I think it was this one. So this is the Carpe Diem Bloom, not in the colorway, but what I wanted to get from it were the typewriting little quotes. Where is it? So these things. All right. This is life. Oh, I like that one. So then to break up any of the if you are using borders like this, you can go and put some nice quotes like that. Let's have a look. Done. Currently I'm fine. Happiness is, oh, I like this one. So what's this one? So this one says happiness is a way of life. Oh, that will go nicely here. Look. And then, hey, I know a lot of us, the goal is to be financially, we're also looking after our financial well-being, and so buying stickers and buying washi tapes is not part of the budgeting plan. If you have a printer at home, go get a font of typewriting font. Have a look on Google for some, motivating quotes, and then type it up. And then what you can do is, well, if you have a paper trimmer, it'll be easier to, trim these little quotes, or if you just get scissors. For a long time, I did a lot of things manually, I didn't have the proper hole puncher. I did it manually, one hole at a time. And so you can make your own little quotes like this. Just print out a few on a piece of copy paper and then cut it, and then grab your glue, and then voila, you've made your own little stickers. All right, so I'll add more things along the way when I find them. But okay, so that is where we are. All right, so remember how I said I already have my known task based on the brain dump I did yesterday. So if you didn't see that, make sure to watch that. And then, so if you are got a big to-do list for the week and you are feeling overwhelmed and you don't know what to put, what task to put for what day, because it's just a long list, highly recommend that you start making brain dumping a part of your weekly reset, and make it as a non-negotiable. Because if you have a lot of things in your head, that's not what it's supposed to. Your brain is not supposed to hold and remember things. It's for, being creative and all that stuff. So I use I call the running to-do list, which is based on an Alistair method, where you write down all your tasks for the week on one page in no particular order. But then what you do is you assign days that you want to get it done. All right, so here was all the things that I wrote from my brain dump. Let me see. And then I just noted what I need to do for today, for tomorrow, and for the week, and transferred it. So this was my brain dump yesterday. So 6th of July. Oh, forgot to finish my outlining. And so I color code when I categorize the things that's in my head, when I write it down on paper. So the greens and the blues are things I needed to do yesterday and today, plus for the week. And then I wrote it down on my running to-do list and then crossed it off, so then that way I don't have to worry about it. All these other things that was in my brain before I started, I don't need to look at them until next week. This is where a lot of the stress, the overwhelm, and the anxious thoughts that, as we women who try to do everything, who try to, be superheroes, all right? So I explained that in one of the videos where because innately we are built as, caregivers, we think that care has to come just from us, right? But then we don't care for ourselves because we're trying to care for others. So brain dumping and all this superhero schema, a study by Dr. Giscombe, I think, where, as caregivers, we think that we have to do everything for everybody else, and we then forget ourselves. So write your task on one page only, because if you have more than one page, it means you have too many things on your plate, and you're not allowing for things that will come up later on in the week. All right, so who here, please let me know by show of hands or saying me, who has already done a brain dump for the week? Let me know. Say I have, or I don't know. what I was involved with the brain dump, I'll talk to you about that later, where I have a free printable just for you to be able to get you started doing brain dumps and putting you on top of that priority list. Okay, so highly recommend it before you start planning out your new week, as this is going to help you prioritize only the things you need to do for today, tomorrow, and for the next 7 days, or however your week is, right? Whether it's a Sunday end or a Saturday end, all up to you. Okay, so check that brain dump session in the link, and you can go and watch that and feel like you're watching it with me. So running to-do list, again, this is from my shop. You can write it down. If you have just a blank piece of paper, write down your list from top to bottom, no more than that. But if you go to me, Marianne, but I have a lot to do, then I would go, if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's probably where your overwhelm is coming from. Because then what's going to happen is, if you have a lot of things to do, and let's say you plan for the week, but then you don't plan, because we can't plan for things that come up, so you have to have enough space, first of all, for you, for your self-care, and then also for things that come up that, you might have planned something for today, then something comes up that needs your urgent attention, and then what will happen is, oh no, I'll have to move that to the next day. So then you move that to the next day, but then if you have too much, then that's when, now I'm feeling behind, I feel guilty, I didn't do the things I'm supposed to do, people are going to think that I'm not good at my job, and then that's where the self-doubt, limiting belief, and negative thoughts come in. Okay, so hello sunshine, nice to see you. I hope it's sunny where you are. I appreciate you being here, and if it is your first time, let me just pop, hooray, hooray. Thank you for joining us here on the live chat. I appreciate that. Overwhelmed my thought of the brain dump. I'm either not reading that right. Please let me confirm what it is you're trying to say there. So I know sometimes my brain doesn't function. Right, now I could of course just go off my running to-do list and not plan on my weekly, right? And I could just use my weekly like I did last week as a little journal or my little done list. But for those of you that do use a weekly planner and you're not too sure how to effectively plan, when you are looking at your task to-dos, it's really important. The reason why I also, sometimes use a weekly spread like this, if I'm not using a running to-do list like this, is it allows you to see your week in one bird's eye view. So then that way, because what happens sometimes if you're just planning, day to day, you're not seeing what's coming up for the week, or, you're not creating any contingency plan. Andrea, hello, nice to see you. I appreciate you being here again. Is this your first time in the live chat? Hooray, hooray. Yes, yes. Therapeutic indeed. I'm hoping that restarting my journal planning journey will be therapeutic. Not only will it be therapeutic, but really a lot of it is, think of it as your rest. Okay, think of it as your reset, and think of it as you saying to your brain, you are important. Andrea, you are important. Let's take time to do the things we like to do. So if you like enjoying journaling, practicing your penmanship, embellishing your planner pages like this, then it is going to be therapeutic, because all you're saying to yourself is, I'm important. I want to carve out space for me. So then that way I am in a better position mentally, physically, emotionally, to be able to then care for others. So if you're a carer of young children, care of the elderly, or you have lots, whatever you're doing for work, you are going to be in a better position. Planning is one of the ways that you can look after yourself. Let's quickly have a look. Hi, Andrea, welcome. Yes, yes. Excellent. Oh, you're overwhelmed by the thought of doing a brain dump. Okay, let me ask you, what is it that you're overwhelmed about? Is it having to write things down and maybe confronting some of the things that is in your mind? Um, a lot of the times for you, whatever the overwhelm is it fear of having to face the things that might be on your mind? It is one of the things, and this is probably look, this is not a therapy session. I'm anything that I share is just from my own knowledge. Of course, if you need and require professional help when it comes to your mental well-being, I highly suggest. I've gone to therapists for a few years there, and not only dealing with my own anxious thought, but being a mum of a child who's on the autism spectrum. All right. If we don't acknowledge how we're feeling, if we don't note it down, because remember, they are messages to us, that we're feeling this way, we're thinking this way because of something that happened, or something someone has said. Now it's going to be a lot harder if we just push it aside and bury it, because guess what? It always comes up. So if the overwhelm comes from maybe having to write things that's in your head that you're trying not to acknowledge, then there's other ways to help with those, and probably getting professional help, because then that way, because it can sometimes be overwhelming to face the things that's in our head, and if we write it down, because now we can see it. All right, so I appreciate you sharing that with us, Irene. It can be overwhelming, but the more you do it, the first time I did a brain dump, really proper brain dump, and then categorized it, I needed more than 10 minutes. It was just like, oh, but the more you do it, like everything else in life, the more practice you have, the better. Hi, everyone. If I write it down, it won't get done. Procrastinating probably. It's the brain dump. So I don't know if you followed a brain dump session of mine yet, Irene, you look at it, and then you look at the things that you need for today and tomorrow and the week. Now, if there's a lot, then that's where you got to go and prioritize and just go, I can't do all of that this week, or I can't do all of that for myself. So this is when asking for help, delegating, or just going, does it need to get done today? Does it need to get done this week? And the more you do it, then that you go, you know what? Vacuuming the floor, it's not going to get done this week because I have lots of other things. I have to drop the ball on some things because I need to prioritize other. It helps you. The brain dump will help you. The more you do it, will help you start to prioritize. And that's where probably, the overwhelm can come in, is because you have too many things and you don't know where to start. And then, of course, you probably, if you're like me, if you don't get it done, you feel guilty, or you feel bad, or you're hard on yourself. And so, but yeah, procrastination probably. And the procrastination can also be because maybe you just need to break down the task into small, actionable pieces. All right, so let me just transfer some of these things that's on my running to-do list in my weekly planner, because so you will know more about this. I do have a video on how to use the running to-do list. So I was able to, from my brain dump, know what I needed to do for today, tomorrow, and the week. And then, and that's all I was looking at, okay? And so with that, on the running to-do list is then I go, all right, is that for today? So yesterday was Sunday, today, all right, what's next? I'll do that for tomorrow. And then by having these tiny little dots, you get to see visually. If you have too many dots, right, on the one day, that's too much. You should only have about 3 to 5 tasks, or 5 to 7 tasks to assign for a day, because remember, you got to allow for space for things that come up. If you're not feeling well, if your energy level is not good, if you're sick, you're cranky, or anything else like that. So this is a great way. So if you do use a weekly spread and you like to have it, embellished like this, then you could go, all right, you go down the list. What's for Monday? All right, I need to add my deep breathing. Well, actually, I've done that already. All right, so I've done that. I did that yesterday. So I'm going to cross that off for today because technically I did it at midnight. Whoops. Okay, let's have a look. Let's cross this up. I'm going to use this pen. Okay, I'll cross that off. Again, if you want to know how to use the running to-do list, all right, there is a separate video for that that's more detailed. All right, so then the next one is vacuum. Well, I need to vacuum. All right, so I'm going to use my little dot marker. Well, first of all, I'm going to put for Monday my 5 a.m. YouTube live stream. Normally I have Monday already done, but I wanted to do it with you. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. So what did I say for Monday? I need to vacuum. All right, so vacuum. So now if you have a weekly spread that has, time blocking, then put it at the time. Maybe you want to do that in the afternoon. But for me, I just list it down. What else? I need to schedule my schedule content for the week. Okay. And then I need to check my email, clear my inbox, So when you are planning your week or planning your days, try and only do 3 to 5 things. Now, of course, it's not the only thing you're going to do in the day, right? But if you have more than that, or, have a hard number, 5 to 7, 3 to 5. So then that way, and then of course, if there are things that are small, that's easy, then you might want to go, all right, well, maybe 8 today, 8 tasks. Okay, so you'll know your own amount of time you need for each task. So we've got clear the inbox, and then here I want to get outside. So this is one of my self-care, is get outside and deep breaths. So get outside and then deep breathing. Okay, I'm going to group them together. Deep breathing. So it's very important that you are being intentional with your own self-care. Don't just have all the tasks and things for other people, for work, for your family, for your house. Make sure there is something on your tasks, on your to-do list that is you focused, even if it's just taking 2 deep breaths. It is just a signal to your brain. It is a communication to your brain that's saying, I am important, I am putting myself on that list. Because without it, gotta go. Bye, Andrea, but glad I found your channel. Just subscribe. Yay, I appreciate it. Bye, thank you so much. I love having you here. Bye, bye-bye. All right, so then, let's see. I think I've got everything. And then what I will do, okay, is then go down the list. What's on Tuesday? Plan for Josh's party. So maybe I'm going to have that because it's an important thing. So I'm going to put it here. So my oldest son is going to be turning 18 soon. So plan for Josh's 18th birthday party. Because it's a big box, I'm going to write it birthday party. I'm going to write it, normally it'll be like plan for Josh's party. All right, so maybe I'm going to find a little sticker here with a little party hat or something. What else? Okay, so I've got to update my no, not update, create my sales landing page for my new membership, sales landing page. Okay, so that's all you're doing. So then when you start to go and plan and add your tasks to your week, if you see that a particular day has too much, and here is the great thing that I have found by adding stickers, right, before the pen, is if I, because my fear, and this is probably Irene, here's the fear that I had. If I added, in the past, if I added stickers before I added my to-do list, my fear was, what if I run out of room for my to-do list? By actually embellishing your page before you write everything down, this sort of creates a little, that breathing space. So that breathing room to say, hey, don't put too much on your list, because first of all, you got to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You also got to go and, get outside. This is for me. Or you also have to go take a little bit of time to read your book. You're gonna have you wanted to start knitting, or you're going to bake sourdough, right? So the embellishments you put on your page is the buffer that you need to ensure you are not adding too many things on your list, right? I had to put a full stop or period after each one of those because it just came to my realization that my fear before of adding washi tapes and stickers before I added my list was that I was going to run out of room for the things I needed to do. That was where my overwhelm came in. Because if I had lots of space, it means I would fill it up with all the things I want to do, I need to do, or I think I need to do. So there you go. Marianne had a big aha moment. I hope you had an aha moment as well, right? Because now, not only do these allow me to prioritize. So let's say I'm running out of room. Oh, Marianne, you're running out of room, but you still have 2 or 3 more tasks that you need to do. Right? And then I go, oh, well, okay, which one of these is more of a priority? Okay, well, this one is. So that one I'll either move down later in the week, or go, you know what? I can't move it down later in the week because I have Friday off and I don't want to put anything on Friday because it's my day off. Is that something I can ask for help? Get someone else to do it? Or take half of the task? Can I delegate? Ask the kids to do it? Or is it something that's important? Well, yes, it's important, but can it wait? Yes, it can. And this is where the prioritization will help kick in, because by you having everything on one weekly spread like this, you can go, it's like as if I'm trying to, well, it's more a visual, it's more of a visual thing, but mahjong, and you're moving the tiles around. So it's just more the visual. I don't actually know how to play mahjong apart from the thing on the phone. But you having a weekly spread like this allows you to see that, okay, I don't have enough space to put another thing on my list. Prioritizing and your embellishments, win comes in to help you create breathing room for yourself. So let's have a look. So Tuesday, where was I? Sales landing page, review stage 2. Okay, because I have my my Planneret's Inner Circle membership coming up. I have a success path that I create for the members to allow them to move from the overwhelm, from being stuck to procrastinating, from burning out because they're not looking at taking self-care as a priority, and then moving them through a journey of being in the fog, and getting their grounding, and they're being able to use their planners more often. They're seeing traction with their habits. They're starting to drink water more often. So then that's the things that I create in the Planneret's Inner Circle. So let me just put, where was that one? Stage 2, the grounding. Okay, so this all came from my brain dump yesterday. And then of course, get outside and deep breathing. Get outside Deep breathing. Okay. So for me, I don't worry too much in the order, because then I know the get outside at the moment. Well, I'm doing it in the evening, but I go and do that as long as it's on my list. I hopefully can do it more often. Now, the other thing to do when you are planning for your week, any tasks or that you do have that is similar. So checking emails, admin stuff, anything that's at your desk or anything in the kitchen or anything, if you're cleaning up, batch similar content together. So then that way you're not doing a stop, start, and it makes it easier and allows you to focus, because it's not as if you're having to do this and then start again and do things over here and do things over there. All right. So batching similar tasks together, it's a great way for you to tackle, if you have a lot of tasks that are similar, tackle them all in one go. All right. So next, so then what I will do is I'm just going to go down the list. All right. So again, another thing, review my questionnaire. So let's pop that up here. All right. So how are you going? Are you able to start to see what type of task you are putting on your weekly? Are you now going, oh, I have too many things on my Monday, too many things on my Tuesday? Let me just write this down. Review questionnaire answers. Okay. Hey, this little blue ink looks really good on the page. Okay. So then I'm still allowing for room for things that come up. So of course, we already know life happens. Things are going to come up that you haven't planned ahead for. So if you had lots of tasks to do, right, and you have too many things on your list and then something else comes up, then that's where the Jenga block starts to wobble, right? I'm a visual learner, and so it's like it starts to wobble when you start adding too many things on top of the pile. All right, so let's have a look. So weekly 2-page spread, you can clearly see the tasks for the week, and then this will allow you to be more effective and efficient and productive with your time, because then you go, that's it, I'm not adding any more to my list today because that's enough. Or you go, you know what, if Friday is your day off, have the day off. Don't put any tasks on there. Maybe 1 or 2 things, right? Quick things. But then if you go, this is like let's say day off from work, okay? But then you go, but Marianne, I gotta clean the house. I gotta do the laundry. I gotta do all of that. And then this is when you go, why am I doing it on my day off? Can someone else do it for me? Can I delegate? Can I ask for help? Can we do it, on a Wednesday? And then remember, just because it's on your list doesn't mean you're the one that has to complete the whole thing. And then if that video that I created was, because we want to do it ourselves, because it's in our nature as caregivers, as women as caregivers, because women are give 3 times more care, unpaid care, than men. And then we go, well, if it doesn't get done by me, then it'll never get done. Or if they don't do it the way I like to do it, I might as well do it myself. And if you do that and you're stressed and you're anxious and you're burnt out and you're overwhelmed, you got to let go of the perfection. You got to let go that things are not going to get done the way you like it. But what do you want? Things to get done perfectly, and you're burnt out, you're screaming at everyone, you're overwhelmed, you're anxious, you cry, you get frustrated, or it gets done, maybe not to your liking, but you have had time off. You have taken a break. Okay, so these are the things you have to start asking yourself. What's more important? The towels that aren't folded the way I like, but yet me getting all upset and aggravated by everybody else, and then I go and I resent everybody else because nothing gets done in this house unless I do it right. And then you cry and you swear and you thinning hair like Maya, or you go, okay, there's crumbs on the floor, things are, the laundry's on the dining table, but I'm going to take 5 minutes for myself because I matter. I'm important, and I do better when I've rested, okay? Hello, Karen. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Are you here for the first time? If so, let me just give you a warm welcome. Way. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Marianne. I'm so glad. Oops, let me go pop that back on. I'm so glad I found your channel. I have just downloaded your freebie self-care bingo. We're going to talk about that. Thank you, Karen. So thank you. I love your energy. You are so inspiring. You know what it is, Karen? I've had enough of saying to myself that I'm no good. I've had enough of just going from 0 to 100 when it comes to my temper. And, I may look sweet and innocent, but I've got I can swear like the rest of them. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to resent anybody in my family for not getting things done the way I want. So now I'm going to let go of a few things. And it's just a matter of what's more important? My well-being or, things on my to-do list, getting done when so many more important things can happen. All right. Appreciate you being here, Karen. All right. So yes, welcome, Karen. So Cindy is my rah-rah girl today. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you being my warm welcome squad. Thank you so much. You guys are just so wonderful. You make me so happy. All right, so like I said, also match tasks that require more energy. So when you are looking at your to-do list, whether you do a running to-do list like I do and start to prioritize only things for the week, if it's things that don't need to be looked at until next week, why are you looking at it? It's like if I said to you, okay, let me put a brick in your backpack, all right? So this is the analogy I like to use, okay? So if you are carrying a backpack and your tasks are bricks, right? So, okay, there's a task, put it in your backpack, all right? And so many tasks. So now your backpack is getting heavy and it's hurting your shoulder, and you're carrying bricks or tasks that you don't even need to carry until July 23rd. You would go to me, Marianne, why are you making me carry that? Take it out, please. It's like that I'll go, but I'll say, Cindy, but Cindy, it needs to get carried, which means it needs to get done. Because you would go, yeah, it needs to be carried or done, but not until next week, Marianne, right? But yet we put bricks in our backpack, which is, backpack is our planning, backpack is our planner, and the bricks are our tasks and to-do list. We're carrying all this load when we don't need to until next week or until August or until the end of the year. Why? Because if we don't carry it, or if we don't put it on our list, we'll forget about it. That's where brain dumping comes in. If you do it on a weekly basis, your brain will start to trust you to go, you know what? We don't have to carry this load in our brain. We don't have to remember it because Marianne, because Karen, because Cindy, because Brenda, because Tamara, because Charlotte, once a week at the end of the week will allow us to dump it on a plain piece of paper so we don't have to worry. Okay? Trust your brain. You don't remember these things, even if so that's where the overwhelm comes in, because we are carrying what? Too much load, too many bricks, too many tasks on a tiny little backpack, right? So if you can think of, your carry-on, that's what it is. Don't carry things that you don't need to until later down the track, right? And so look, I've even got my French. I'm going to be Dora the Explorer, right? Do not carry things that you don't need to look at until later on, or don't carry things that you can ask someone to carry for you. That's delegating or asking for help. So I want you to now start to think every task that you have on your to-do list, okay? Every task you have on your to-do list are tiny little bricks, or big bricks, little bricks, boulders even, right? Big projects. Okay, so if you have a big project, which is a big boulder, and you're going to add more little tiny things that's not going, doesn't matter for this week. So that is mine. Yes, this first time. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you being here. All right, so also, like I said, when you have a weekly spread like this, and if you have been planning long enough, or historically that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, your energy level isn't as high, then don't assign too many things on that day. Why are you assigning things on days that are either your day off, where you should be resting, or when you know your energy level? Like I am most productive and high, full of energy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And you can see from my planner, right? My planner tells me that's why planning is also a great way for you to spot patterns. Look, Friday, Saturday. It's not that I didn't do anything or that nothing got done. It's just I sat on the couch. I watched movies. I napped. I didn't do anything because my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was full. Friday, I didn't do anything, and I don't feel bad that I didn't fill that in, because why? Because I took time for myself. And then also, historically, my second and third week of the month, I'm not as active and I don't feel in my habit tracker as often. And I'm okay with that, because that's the pattern, that's how my brain works, and I don't make myself feel guilty anymore, because I already give myself enough a hard time. So why am I going to do that? All right. So, love it. All right. So, match your task with your energy. So, and also, if there's any task on your to-do list that maybe is not as desirable, try and do them earlier on in the week. So then that way, if you don't get to do it or get to finish it, you still have the rest of the week. Or, if you are not a morning person, then assign tasks or for those times that don't require a lot of mental thinking, maybe answering emails, okay? So you're going to get to know your own pattern, and a weekly spread allows you to visually see it on one spread. Because if you plan on a daily basis, I'm not saying that that's not any good, but if you are feeling overwhelmed and you can't seem to catch up, you're feeling like you're behind, it's just all you need. If you are a visual learner, yes, guilt-free zone, because the empty pages, the incomplete tasks, the unchecked box on your tracker is not an indication that you failed. It's not an indication that you are not good at planning. It's not an indication that you are, weren't productive. It's just an indication that something else was of a higher priority that day. And if that was you sitting on the couch, procrastinating a little bit, or just giving yourself that little bit of space and grace to just feel the feels, I had a big cry last week. I think I had the spectrum of emotion, I think, in 5 minutes, my poor husband. I was crying, I was angry, I was feeling guilty. So all the emotions. So a weekly spread allows you to be more productive with your the task, because you're not going to go and put too many things on your plate. All right, so really, really important. Don't allocate too many tasks on your off days. Who here on their day off has a lot of tasks to do, but then don't have anything allocated for themselves? And I think it was, so Karen had said downloaded the self-care bingo. So let us have a look at what things we can go and pop in a weekly spread. Okay, let's have a look. Where are we? Okay, So there we go. And this is where I want you to make it a big, where's my self-care bingo? I think I put it in this. Let's have a look. It was because I was showing all of my July. All right. So as Karen said, you can download the self-care bingo card, which is part of my Calm and Clear starter set. Let me see if I've got that. Where is it? The starter kit. All right. I'll pop that in the chat now. So this is one of the printables that comes with it, and it's free, and you've got 25 different self-care activities that you can plan and be intentional and add into your planner. Don't wait until you've done everything. Don't wait until, it's not a reward. Self-care is not a reward, right? Self-care is an essential and should be a non-negotiable. Tell me, do you have on your planner, call Bob, or reply to this email, or complete the report, right? You have those and you action them because why? They're non-negotiable. You need to treat your self-care the same way that you have to make that phone call to Bob, right? That you have to make a reply to that email or get that report done, or whatever task it is that you have for your home, for your kids, for your work, whatever it is. Your self-care is the same way. It should be the same way, yet we don't do it because, people go, oh, must be good for her to be able to take time off. Yes, it is good for me. You know why? Then I'm not going to go scream at you when you're being a nut job at work, right? Because I have taken care of myself, so then I can help regulate myself and not get angry when things don't go right. Okay, so let's have a look. So let's go pick something here. Sit in the sun for 10 minutes. You know what? I'm going to do that today. So I'm going to make it, let's see. I don't think I want it to be a colorful one, but I know, here, sit, what is it? Sit in the sun, sit in the sun for 10 minutes, for 10 minutes. Okay, so that's one. And I'll make that all like, I'll pretty that up, I'll add some stickers. So that's one. So look, if you're new to self-care, like actually being intentional about it, pick 3 and just do 3 for the week. Start small. I don't want you to go, well, I have to do this, because then that's going to add to your overwhelm. Because if you are new to it, like actually planning for self-care and being intentional and carving out that time for you, and you put it on your list, then you're going to put too much pressure. If that is all you have for the week, that is enough. Because why? Because it's a start. It's a step. It's a small, actionable step that you are taking towards making you an important priority. Well, I'm going to have a look. What else is there? Well, that's an easy one because I do that, but I'm, because I want to get my little bingo, gamifying it and dab, and, I'm going to put drink water. Let's have a look. Let's do this color. What's that? Drink a full glass of water. Okay, again, it's taking up space, so which means that that bit of space is my breathing room for if anything else does come up in the week. I'm going to do one more. Listen to your favorite song. Let's pop that, this color. Let's put that on a Saturday. Listen to a fave song. Even better if you dance to a favorite song. Maybe one more. Let's put one more here. What's a Thursday? Oh, that's a good one. I haven't done that for a while. Let's use pink. Journal for 5 minutes. Now look, I'll be honest with you. Do I get to do all of these things, all the time? No, right? I am human too. I plan, but the more I do it, guess what? The better I get at it. So let's see. Look. Oh, where's that from? Am I missing a page? Let me have a look. Here. Is it here? I'm a bit lost. Oh, here. All right. I'm a bit lost. I got lost with my pages. Okay. I didn't plan much on the Sunday, all right, because I was take the day off. I didn't do my writing on Friday, Saturday. I might take a break. I didn't fill it in, but I took breaks. Okay. Also, well, that's the beginning of the new month. So don't be hard on yourself, because I'm sure that's going to come up and go, oh, I planned this and then I didn't get to do it. The first step, if the first step is just writing it down in your planner, then that is a great first step and that is enough. Okay? But keep doing it. Don't go, well, I give up because I wrote it down in my planner, but I didn't do it, so it mustn't work or I mustn't be good at it. Will you tell a kid who's learning how to ride a bike, who you've just taken the training wheels off, that, oh, you fell, oh, you mustn't be good. Oh, well, let's give up trying to ride a bike with just 2 wheels. No, we need practice. Let's give kindness to ourselves the way we would give kindness to a friend or to a little one or to someone new who is learning a new skill. If you have never been intentional with your self-care and only did it when you were already tired and you were already burnt out, it's new to you. So you got to practice it more and more. And the more you practice, what is it? The better you'll get at it. So if you only do one of these things that you wrote down, that is enough, okay? Hello there, Ronnie Cat. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. All right, let's have a look. So Self-Care Bingo card is part of the free The Calm and Clear Starter Kit that helps you brain dump, plan for self-care, and there's even a little habit tracker right at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out the rest of my tasks for the week. See, look, Thursday, Friday, you can see I don't have a lot because I know historically if I put anything on there, it might not get done. I mean, it's not that I don't do anything. It's probably Thursdays and Fridays, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I catch up on the things that I didn't get to do, earlier on in the week. So let me know. How are you going? That's looking good. I'm probably going to get a very thin, maybe this one, a thin 0.38 Muji pen, and I don't know, maybe go around these writing to make it pop on the page. We'll see. All right, so what have you learned today? Tell me, what is your big aha moment from today's planning session? Not only did we plan and embellish for the prettiness, I gave you some different tips on making sure on how to go and allocate tasks for your week, batch things, all right? So really important, that you plan intentionally and make room for your breaks, all right? So let me know, how are we going? Are we good? Let me see, who else? We've got 17 people here. Of course, if you are liking this live stream and you're getting value from it, make sure to hit the like button and just like Karen, subscribe. Was it Karen? No, Andrea. I think it was Andrea. Andrea, subscribed. Really, it helps my channel a lot, of course, and it's a great way for me to know that you're loving my content. All right, so really, really important. So are we all good? Have all of you got the self-care? Who here hasn't yet downloaded the Calm and Clear Starter Kit? So let me know who hasn't, or if you have, let me know that yes, I've got it printed, it's in my planner, or going to print it soon, or have it digitally on your iPad, because of course not everyone has a printer. I mean, I've got a printer, but my printer ink is failing me at the moment, but that's okay. we're going with the flow. All right, so like I said, I'm going to add the rest of my task for the second half of the week. Okay, so now your weekly spread, if you did it with me, is now set up, decorated, and ready to guide you for the week through a calm and focused week. The reason why we plan ahead is because we know things are going to come up that may throw a spanner in the works, right? So it's going to be your guiding light for when things are a little bit foggy. And when I talk about foggy, is when you're overwhelmed, you're anxious, you're feeling stressed, you're not feeling well emotionally, mentally, or physically. And reminding myself, drink a glass of water. All right, so here's a quick recap of the key takeaways from today's session. A 2-page weekly spread helps you see your whole week clearly at a glance. So then you go, whoa, I have too many things on that day. I need to move some of them later down in the week. Or, hey, I haven't planned for my self-care. All right, so it's a great way for you to see visually, because we can process information visually so much more than having to, remember things. Okay, using colors, washi tape, stickers, and headings, colorful headings like this isn't just pretty. It actually helps you stay focused, because you are creating blocks. You are using washi tapes and stickers and things like this is a physical way for you to create breathing room and space and allow for things that will come up later in the week, or for things that you may misjudge on how long it'll take you. Okay, so it's not just about pretty, it also is going to help you stay focused. Now, if you haven't done any of this, putting self-care, and you go, I don't know what to do, you've got this. Or just do the same thing again and again, right? For me, I'm going to continue my get outside, get outside, get outside, get outside, get outside, get outside. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. So I'm going to add that, because I also do plan on a daily basis. I'm going to write those. So if you, a quick question, quick thing is, why would I plan on a weekly as well as a daily? Again, the weekly is my bird's eye view. It's like your map, your road map, right? So if you're putting a GPS system, you have to go from here to here. You visually see it. And then my daily is more focused. So then I can put, when I have planned on a weekly basis and what's coming up, it gives me a little bit of peace of mind that I'm not having to worry or keep those thoughts in my head. I can let it go. All the tasks I need to do for Thursday, I can take it out of my mind, not take up space, and then the daily planning is like me putting blinders or blinkers on. Focus, right? So what we focus on is the thing that we will go and action. We're not going to get distracted. Squirrel, oh, shiny new object. Okay, so that is why I also plan on a daily basis. And the reason why, you're probably going, so you've got a brain dump, you've got a running to-do list, and then you've got a weekly, and then you've got a daily. Why do I need it? Because it truly helps me stay on track. Because I'm not diagnosed, but I think I have ADHD tendencies. I don't know, I might also be on this spectrum, right? So not diagnosed, but when I see my son, who's on the autism spectrum, it's written that those who have children on the autism spectrum might be on themselves, might be on the strap, because I see myself way back in primary school of the things I used to do, and I've always like to write things. I've always had a dear diary or a journal, and it's one of the ways that help me. So if you can think of these planner pages as the path, right, as the grid that you need to walk on for when things are feeling a little bit too much. It's the light that helps you walk in the dark. okay? That is why I need it, because I know I can derail myself so quickly. Or if someone says something that I hadn't planned for or haven't anticipated, I can get so sad, I can get so angry, I can get so frustrated, I can get so hard on myself. Can be so critical in a flash. And so now I know, okay, what do I need to help guide me back? All right, well, what's on your list, Marianne? This is what, hang on. This is what my husband, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling a little bit lost, I don't think I can do this, I'm no good. And then he'll just go, what's on your list? Well, it says that to go outside and take a walk. And goes, well, have you done that? No, but you should do that. I don't want to. All right, I'll go do it, put my shoes on. All right, so really important. Let's quickly, I'll quickly have a look at the chat in a second. So just a little plug, my Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable has all the planner pages that you need for a whole month. So it's got Wellbeing Planner. So this is a page dedicated just for you. I did the planning for this last week. So this week's planning is how to use a weekly spread and how a two-page spread helps you stay focused, prioritize your list. And the next week's plan with me is how to plan on a daily basis. And we look at time blocking or energy blocking. All right, so that's available in the description below, or you can also get the weekly spread as a standalone. So if you already have a system but you don't have a weekly spread, you can get the weekly two-page spread as well. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at what we have here. I haven't yet, so Irene hasn't yet. So yep, make sure the link's in this description. So that's for the starter kit. Everyone show Marianne some love. Mwah! Thank you, Cindy. Let me type. Wait. Oh, thank you, Cindy. That's for you, specifically for you. You're always here on time, and I love it. Sunshine, you have given me many good advice and tips. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that, Sunshine. And just your name is giving me sunshine. It's keeping me warm. It's winter here in Sydney, Australia. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So now it is your turn. Let me see. Do I have that written here? No, I don't. Okay. So it's your turn. What's one thing you're looking forward to this week that you wrote in your planner? Or if you haven't written it yet, what's one thing you're going to look forward to this week? All right, so for me, let's quickly have a look. What am I looking for this week? Well, I'm looking forward to getting, so far, 9 days. I know they're probably going, 9 days, is that all, Marianne? 9 days in a row, I have gotten myself outside. One of my goals for July was to get myself outside, because I need to get my vitamin D levels up. It's really, really low. So get outside for 15 minutes. I had 4 to 6 days per week, right? But so far, 7 days or 9 days in a row. So I am looking forward to doing that for the next 7 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to make a marking here for myself that I will go and get myself outside. And I'm very proud of myself, because probably 1, 2, 3 to 4 of those days it has been raining. And so I still got myself outside. I put double socks on, so because I knew if I've stepped on puddles, my socks will get wet. So I just put double socks on and put scarf, put a beanie, I put a big 100% wool coat on, so then I wouldn't be too cold. So that is actually what I'm looking forward to, that I'm carving myself time to not only physically get my vitamin D up, but it helps regulate my mood. All right, so make sure to, if you are watching on replay, what's one thing you're looking forward to this week that you are going to write or you have written in your planner? So make sure to share it in the comments. What? Going to Cadbury World tomorrow? So Oh my God, share it. Share photos in a circle, please. Oh my goodness, I love Cadbury. I actually prefer Cadbury chocolate more than other chocolate. That is, we're talking about the same Cadbury, yeah? Cadbury chocolate. Oh, yay, that is a beautiful thing to look forward to. All right, so of course, if you do need a weekly brain dump, go check my live stream from yesterday and just take it easy. You know, if you're new to brain dumping, guess what? I guide you through it, and you also have the guide to do it step by step. Okay, so don't be scared, right? I've got the guide, and then if you go, I don't know the things to write, I've got a trigger list, and then of course you saw the self-care. All right, and then the habit tracker as well. And this is my gift to you. It's a free printable, so then that way we can help each other reduce the overwhelm we've been feeling as women for a long time, because we think that we have to do it all, that we have to be a superwoman, that we have to multitask, that we are the only ones that can care and give care to others, when in actual fact, we have dropped the ball on caring for ourselves. It's now time to pick that ball, that self-care ball, and go and shoot some goals. All right, my sports analogy is not very good, but you know what I mean, okay? So go and check the brain dump guided session that I did yesterday. Make sure to check have a look at that and save that video. So then next week, you can go and replay it, and then I'll be back on a live session, brain dump live session, every first Sunday of the month. But I do, in my new Plannerettes Inner Circle private membership that I'm going to launch this month, we do weekly brain dumps on a weekly basis. Oh, well, yeah, we do weekly of course, we do brain dumps on a weekly basis, because it's not so much that we know what we have to do, it's that we doing it together like we are right here gives you that encouragement, that motivation, and the drive to go, you know what, somewhere in the world is doing exactly the same thing that I am. Proximity and having co-working is actually a powerful thing that feels like you're not doing it alone. You don't have to go through things alone, by making sure you are part of the community. So let me just quickly do a plug for that. So there is a wait list for that. So some of the members you see here right now in the Plannerettes live chat are founding members who are helping me so kindly to create a community that helps us move from overwhelm, burnout, stuck, to feeling calm, clear, and creatively inspired using our planner, habit tracking, and self-care. So make sure to check the link for that video, or I will pop it here when we finish this session. All right, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, and I will see you in the comments section or in the next video. Bye everybody. Bye-bye.
I'm chasing dreams, I'm chasing light.